up, Taiwan? I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Prices in Taiwan are rising fast, but wages aren't keeping up. Government statistics show the average worker has effectively taken a pay cut since last year because of inflation. And soaring food prices are biting particularly hard ahead of the Lunar New Year holiday next week. Stash Butler has the story.
The humble chicken cutlet, just the latest victim of Taiwan's ballooning food prices. When costs appeared to rise at this Taipei food joint, customers took to the internet to complain. But many have already become resigned to a higher cost of living.
通膨吃掉是一点啊，但是认真讲，像我们自己连想存钱都不想存，根本买房买车也不用想。
是有觉得薪水涨了，物价也跟着涨。
People in Taiwan earned an annual wage of about $16,300 in the first 11 months of 2021. That rose to about $16,700 last year. But retail prices rose too. And once you account for that, the average person was actually a little worse off in 2022. Wholesale food prices have risen more than most, and restaurant owners say that they're struggling.
以过年前这一段期间呢，是最辛苦的时候。往年我们都没有遇到这种说涨幅这么大的时候。
Wholesale prices for vegetables have jumped by almost 50% ahead of the holiday. Eggs are also more than 20% more expensive, while the cost of pork and chicken has risen by 10%. Charities working with poor families say more and more people are coming to them for help.
帮忙的至少我想应该都有多2-3成吧。那有一些人是真的没办法生活，底层就是生活很辛苦啦。
Economists expect inflation to ease up this year, but the damage to wages is already done. On paper, Taiwan got a pay rise in 2022, but multiple price hikes have left people feeling worse off than before. Howard Zhang and Stash Butler for TaiwanPlus.
As many people in Taiwan have already tightened their belts to make ends meet, the price of eggs continues to be pushed up by the perfect storm of high inflation and bird flu outbreaks. Jeremy Olivier reports on what this means for Taiwan's consumers and businesses.
Being careful not to break what's already in short supply. Egg prices are rising amid a shortage brought on by a spike in avian flu, as demand for the daily staple remains high.
一般的鸡蛋都卖完了，只剩太阳蛋了。这桌子上卖完也是没有。
The situation is not just impacting consumers, but those further up the supply chain as well.
我即摆外国就减2成啦，因为在套老鸡啊，有的鸡在退毛，有的是在禽流感啦。现在我跟人家同行调，赔钱调不到啦。
一工减20-30万了，其实超过100万了啊。卵吼，这个卵的价钱吼，伫外口一篮已经掉到1000块去啊。
It's been less than a year since the last egg shortage in Taiwan. Production of the commodity fell off in February 2022. Bird flu was also behind that event, as was the skyrocketing price of animal feed ingredients. But it's not just Taiwan that's now running out of eggs. The US and New Zealand have also reported waves of bird flu knocking out their egg-laying hen populations. Social media users in those countries are posting photos and videos of grocery store shelves empty of eggs. Back in Taiwan, it's expected that demand for eggs will decrease after the upcoming Lunar New Year holiday, and with it, egg prices. But for now, Taiwanese consumers will need to dig deep into their pockets for this particular food item. Andy Xue and Jeremy Olivier for TaiwanPlus.
Authorities in central Taiwan's Changhua County have announced plans to move high-polluting factories away from agricultural areas. Factories producing iron and steel will have to relocate to a newly established industrial zone after an environmental impact assessment. Changhua County is one of Taiwan's main industrial hubs. It houses over 600 factories with an annual output of more than $1.6 billion. 80% of the county's heavy industry overlaps with farmland, causing severe environmental impacts to local agriculture. Questions remain regarding the new industrial park's waste management system.
全方位的都开发起来的话，我相信它的废弃物量还是会不少的哈。尽量不要让这些系列废弃物进到各县市的垃圾文化场。
What would it take for you to run 700 kilometers in Arctic temperatures? Well, for Tommy Chan, it's about overcoming challenges he's faced before. We turn now to Leslie Liao to find out more about the Taiwanese man who's braving what's billed as the toughest ultramarathon in the world for a second time.
Grueling terrain, limited sunlight, and temperatures as low as -50 degrees Celsius. These are just some of the conditions that await those who dare to challenge the Yukon Arctic Ultra. It's billed as the world's toughest ultramarathon. Participants go in knowingly running the risk of suffering frostbite and even amputation. But ultrarunner Tommy Chen is willing to take his chances. The 36-year-old has made a name for himself after running through some of Earth's harshest environments. Chen plans to take part in the Yukon Ultra's 430-mile event next month. That's almost 700 kilometers of frigid temperatures. It won't be Chen's first time on the tundra. He completed the race 10 years ago, but the experience was so intense it left him with post-traumatic stress disorder.
日照时间只有7小时，夜晚时间是17到18小时，所以真正最困难的就是心理的挑战。很多选手崩溃就是在第3天到第4天之后左右开始，那到第7天的时候是非常痛苦跟极端的时候。
Chen is throwing himself into an extraordinary training regimen. Last year, he ran over 400 kilometers around Taiwan, pulling a poke sled behind him to simulate the race. He's also lifting weights to build strength. But the event is not only about physical endurance. It's just as much of a test of mental fortitude.
以前比较没有办法长时间的去独处，然后跟自己对话。那这场比赛因为要连续大概预计要9天到11天左右才能够去完成，然后都是一个人，所以我这次的心态调整是试着跟大自然去对话，然后试着去跟自己对话。
Last time, it took Chen 10 days and 15 hours to finish the trail. This time around, he's looking to do even better. But really, running 700 kilometers in the Arctic snow is an impressive feat all its own. Andy Xue and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
A local motorcycle group has carried a traditional deity to more than 10 temples around Taiwan this year. They hope it will bring good luck to the country. They started touring the third prince around Taiwan after the outbreak of the COVID pandemic, and they haven't slowed down. Sandy Chi has this story.
A motorbike out for a spin in Taiwan, a very common sight. But look closely and you'll spot an unconventional passenger. Yes, that's a deity known as the third prince wearing sunglasses sitting at the back. The third prince is one of the many gods of traditional Chinese folklore. His particular power is the ability to offer protection to the devoted. So he was a natural choice for the Taiwan Zhoutian Harley-Davidson group to turn to when the COVID-19 pandemic began in 2020. And so they did. As time went on, the size of the procession kept growing. This year, 12 motorbikes and 5 statues of the deity joined the ride.
疫情肆虐，对不对？这个许团长的号召，我们一起来为台湾祈福。我觉得这是一个很有意义的事。
And as the bikers' leader explains, such processions have a long history in Taiwan, even if the addition of motorbikes is a new twist.
也是台湾人非常喜欢的一种活动，所以说我们就用这个方式变成就是一个哈雷中年大叔进香团，这样蛮嗨的，而且啊，沿路都人家一直在拍照。
It may not be like what you imagine when you think of a religious procession, but this group of bikers is happy to defy expectations. With any luck, their prayers will be answered, and Taiwan can look forward to a peaceful year ahead. Aznaya Zhou, Irene Wu, and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with some images of the 10th stage of the 2023 Dakar Rally in Saudi Arabia. I'm Ethan. Take care and see you next time.